Hey guys, we're back with the house in Fata Morgana. Last time I discovered the truth of everything, which I'm probably wrong about both things. But I mean, I can believe. Well, basically my two things. One, Michelle's curse is he is born without a, I'm trying to think of a funny slang term. He's born, well, YouTube will ban me if I say anything, especially the first minute. Like, you can't even say freak. Oh no! I said it! Oh, I was referring to the League of Legends dude, I swear. I don't... Anyway. And, I think Giselle's thing, that she's trying to hide from Michelle, that I think is going to be revealed now. She was involved with an affair with Michelle's dad, possibly not consensually. Meaning he raped her, not she raped him. Possibly. That's more of a... I mean, they're both pretty wild guesses, honestly. The Michelle one just be wanting to be right. Fax machine! Nobody even knows what you are! I have said that joke every time my fax machine is young. While recording for the past 4 years. I think 4 years, right? I think I first did it when I was playing Everlasting Summer. So, whenever that was. Which, that was ages ago. Dude, I should do an Everlasting Summer reread through. That'd be fun. How did we get to this point? I hate everything. My spirits are getting darker and darker, like they're slowly sinking into the deep morass. I'd been at the mansion for a month, and every day since felt twice as long as it should have. I've been optimistic at first. I even had a little hope that me and Michelle would get along together. But it hadn't taken long for that hope to be shattered. The chair locked away inside me. We lived in the same house, but we never spoke anymore. The few occasions we did cross paths, he just gave me a cold glare and nothing more. Scorn and suspicion in his eyes. Whenever he looked at me like that, it was as though my throat was being constricted, like I was deep underwater and running out of air. Like my very presence... Funny she says deep underwater. Because that happens rarely. Sometimes when I'm talking, I try to breathe through my nose. It feels like I'm drowning. Like my very presence in this world was a crime. Am I getting sick? Hope I'm not catching like a cold. Let me take a drink. Everyone imagined just how agonizing constant rejection was. Started despising others. Despising myself. Despising the world. Convinced there's no one who could set me free. I considered running away from everything, rather than live like this another day. But I have done so long ago if that were actually an option. If they found out I had fled, and had acted outside their wishes, my mom and sister would pay. I'd succeeded in allowing my sister to get married and my mom to live comfortably. I'd given them happiness. I couldn't take that away from them again. Not after what I had to go through to do it. No, cut that out. Getting way too depressing, Giselle. Pull yourself together. It's not who you are. Be positive. The negativity didn't only come from my interactions with Michelle either. No, there seemed to be some kind of terrible presence within the mansion that twisted people's hearts. The mansion was, in fact, a bit of a local legend, which I had been informed about before being sent here. People claimed it was cursed, that an evil witch had lived in it for many, many years. Michelle joked that he was a witch, but I didn't believe him. I'm not usually one to believe in magic or curses at all. But being here for so long, can't help but wonder. Anyway, things can't go on like this. If I was to remain in this house, the situation needed to improve. A lot. It's going to lose my mind if things kept up as they were. So I ready to give up at once. I'm going to try closing the distance between us again. If I could get him to open up even in the tiniest bit, maybe that would make living here a little easier. I wasn't going to try to make us best friends or anything. Just repair our relationship enough that being around each other wasn't torturous. Got my work cut out for me. How do I even begin that conversation? Heck, what is that conversation even going to be about? Maybe we should hold off. Do it another day. No. Made up my mind to do this. I should get to it quickly. The longer I wait, the worse things are going to get. Eventually, there won't be any fixing anything. We need to talk. We need to be in the same room for more than 10 seconds. We need to get to know each other. He needs to know that it's another reason I have something to hide. Okay. Let's do this! I made my way to Michelle's chambers, which she told me to stay away from. My stride was slow and ponderous, but at the very least, did my best to keep some semblance of a smile on my face. This is one time where I'd really like to have someone to give me a little nudge. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. Pardon, Master? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Master? Guess he's not here. The door wasn't locked. Giselle! As was the rest of the house, his room was shrouded in darkness. She's gonna find the letter and read it, right? I've seen media before. The only light came from the candle in my hand. Master? Are you there, Master? I guess I missed him. It's probably best if I don't stick around for long. He's already got a less than stellar impression of me. I don't want to imagine what will happen if he thinks I've been snooping through his room. Yeah, I should get out of here. Spinning around on my heels, taking a step out towards the door, when I caught sight of an object draped in a black sheet. I knew how to get out of there as quickly as possible, but I was intrigued by that object. Something he kept hidden in her room was forbidden to enter. Maybe it was a clue to discovering Michelle's secrets. I reached my hand down towards the object, knowing good and well I shouldn't. Was it because I wanted to learn more about him? Was it because I wanted to tear down the veil he had hid behind? Or was it the whispers of the witch? Oh, it's a painting. What do we have here? I pulled off the sheet, revealing a framed painting. What appeared to be a noble woman with porcelain white skin. What stood out about her, though, was the woman's hair was pale as her skin. And then... What? Oh, he tore off the face. What? No! Door 3! Remember? The painting? I remember. I noticed something else. Wide gashes ravaged the canvas, damaging her face beyond repair. What the? Because this is a painting of Michelle. My theory is getting stronger. It's getting so strong I can't support it anymore. It's like, you know, when a character makes, like, you know, a robot and the robot kills his master. Like, oh, Dragon Ball Z did that, right? I think. Like 18 and 17 killed the Red Ribbon dude. Doctor something. What the? Imagine when once made a painting of a beautiful woman, but there's hardly a trace of that left. The only feeling it inspired anymore was a deep chill. This damage was not accidental. It was deliberate, angry. The contempt emanating from within the frame was stifling. Thick, suffocating blackness seeped into me. Why would anyone... She's surely a most beautiful woman. Angelic, even. A storm of questions assaulted me. Who was she? Why had her face been carved up? Why had the painting been covered? What had happened? Who could have... There's only one person who could have done this. Michelle. Why on earth? You saw it, didn't you? Yeah! You saw the painting, didn't you? Ah. You entered my room without permission. You saw the painting, didn't you? Angelic, you say? There's nothing angelic about that danged woman. Pardon my French. Scrambled to make some excuse, but nothing would have come out of my mouth. All I could do was tremble. Oh. Hey, Michelle, easy, buddy. Well, he does have red eyes. I think that's just a stylistic choice. I think. Why did you enter my chambers? What were you looking for? Answer me. My mouth wouldn't move properly. I couldn't make my voice come out. It was like I wasn't even in my own body anymore. The way you said that kind of makes it sound like she's a thief. Like, well, she stole something. But why would she be shipped out here instead of just, like, fired? It's like I wasn't even in my own body anymore. The wisps of air that were drawn in my lungs were expelled as hoarse gasps. My breaths were shallow and rapid. I was inhaling, but I wasn't getting any air. I was terrified. Terrified. Terrified, terrified, terrified! Of his eyes, of his voice, of his feelings. The knife that he was holding up to me. The terrible past I was chained to. The man's voice. The man's very flesh. Terrified me. What were you trying to find? What were you planning to do with it? Answer me. Another thing you refuse to tell me, then? No, I'm trying. Nothing's coming out of my mouth, though. Everything's so bright. And I can't catch my breath. Do you ever have any dreams where that happens? Like, where, like, you're about to be killed and you're trying to, like, call for help, but you can't talk? Because I've had multiple dreams like that. It's terrifying. I can't breathe. That's fine, though. You don't have to tell me. I have a pretty good idea. An idea? What do you mean? Money's what brought you to the Bollinger estate. It's what brought you to me, too. There are countless people who would love to see that house fall. And a noble family fears nothing more than disrepute. Disrepute? You are, I presume, approached by someone scheming the Bollingers' downfall. No. As it just so happens, the Bollingers have a very unfortunate secret, one they're quite desperate to keep under wraps. Me. Someone suspected I might still be alive, so they sent you to dig information about me. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Michelle, who made a pact with the devil, who was supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. You sweet-talked your way into that house, then into information about me and my present situation. You meant to trade that information for money. But whoever it was put quite a handsome price on it, too. Maybe the one plotting to ruin the Bollinger family is you. No, that's not true. Then enlighten me. Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Then tell me, if that's not the reason you warmed your way into the Bollinger estate, that's not what you're doing here, then tell me what it is. Tell me why you came to this mansion. You want me to tell you about that? No way. It's asking way too much. Tell me. I swear I haven't done anything wrong to wrong you. Simply want to make our life together a little more comfortable. To bring some warmth to this frigid relationship we have. It's the only reason I wanted to find out more about you. I must assume I'm right then, Giselle. I must tell him he's wrong. I must tell him that I mean him no harm. I can't say anything. A merchant's daughter becomes an Abigail in a noble house. Could he come up with a more obvious lie? Your father's the one who... Wait. Ooh! I knew it! I knew it! I'm a genius! How does he know that I'm from a merchant family? He looked perplexed. Maybe in person in this house, not free to move about as I please, but I have my ways. It's called the postal system. Heard of it? I know everything. Everything. Then he knows about that too. Oh, yes, I do know. Please. Don't. Your request for money? Don't say it. You slept with my... I'm a genius! You slept with my father. In that moment, Michelle plunged his knife into my heart. Like, literally or metaphorically. He carved through my chest with those words, causing me to completely lose control of myself. In a panic frenzy, probably screaming all the way, knocked the man aside, and ran, and ran, and ran. I could hear a clap of thunder in the distance. Where I wished a bolt of lightning would come crashing down upon me. Maybe if God burned my tainted flesh with a divine thunderbolt, and get rid of some of the filth. But the jagged streaks of light cascading across the dark clouds did not strike me, only creating restless grumbles in the sky. Look, doing breathing sound effects sucks. I'm not doing it. Why? I knew that if I fled that mansion, I'd likely be causing trouble for my mom and sister, but I was helpless to stop myself. All I could do was run from all that threatened me with no regard for the consequences. Before long, small droplets of rain began falling, which soon grew heavy enough to penetrate the forest canopy, reach the ground where I stood. The downpour drowned out my tears and my cries, because I had rushed from the mansion without even putting on a cloak. Each cold winter droplet stung bitterly against my flesh. But the bite of the rain was like a warm embrace compared to what I had been through before. Michelle had spoken the truth. As much as I wanted to deny it, to avert my eyes, reality is forever engraved in this body. No, I don't want to think about it. But I had no say in the matter. Get out of my head! I forget what that was. Oh, right! It was I was trying to think, there's something that repeated get out of my head like a billion times in Doki Doki Literature Club. I remember. I've referenced that game a lot more than I thought I would this playthrough. Come over here, Giselle. Antonin? Okay, May I ask why you asked me here so late at night, Master? Oh, I just wanted to have a little chat. Wink, wink. Care for some wine? Come closer and I'll pour you a glass. And this wine imported from up north. They use very hard water, like it rather tart, so it leaves quite the lasting impression on your tongue. Yet it goes down so easily, you can't just seem to stop. What do you say? Have a sip. What does your expertise as a trader allow you to evaluate a wine's quality without tasting it? No, but, please, Michelle, don't trample all over my good graces. Very well, then. I'll have a sip, Master, but no more. Have you ever considered growing out your hair? What is this song? Oh? This is kind of nice. Having long hair made it difficult to do my job. You're not a merchant anymore, though. You deserve to look like the woman you truly are. I have no doubt longer hair would accentuate your natural beauty. It's a gorgeous shade of black, so deep a man could get lost in it for years. It catches the color of your skin fabulously. Highlight your eyes, your cheekbones, your nape, your shoulders, and your chest. I should get going. Ha ha. Oh, but we're not done talking yet. I'll not want to lock asleep to interfere with my ability to work tomorrow. Thank you very much for the wine. It was delicious. Yeah! No need to be so cold-hearted now. The moment I first laid eyes on you, Master, that's enough fooling around for one night. Now, don't be afraid. I won't do anything to hurt you. Simply want to express my love. Let go of me. I only came here to work, nothing more. First time I saw you, that would be a tragic waste to leave you to wither away working at some little street-side shop. Stop! Can't tell me you didn't know a merchant girl had no place in a house like this, even as a servant. Oh, this song is... There's only one reason you'd be allowed here. No, I swear, it never even crossed my mind. Ha ha ha! Seem you're even more innocent than you look. Well, you figured it all out by now, haven't you? No, let go of me. Stop this! Keep your voice down. Eek! Do not shout, Giselle. If anyone were to find out about this, you'd be the one shouldering the consequences, not me. But, you're a maid, I'm the master of the house. Whose word do you think holds more weight? Don't worry, I won't do anything to hurt you. Promise your family will be exceptionally well taken care of. Your mother will have the comfortable life you wanted for her. But you know what will happen? If you raise a fuss and make a fool of yourself. Not only will your family not get any of our money, not only will your sister not get to marry, you'll all spend the rest of your lives on the streets. How could you be so cruel? This is blackmail. Blackmail? For a merchant's daughter, you don't know much about trade, do you? Let me give you a little lesson about market value. The goods you're after, Giselle, are not cheap. Understand? Yeah. Now let me see that beautiful body of yours. Lewd. Cut to... I'll edit this to cut to black. There's an H scene here. So this is after I edited it in. So yeah, I just skipped the... Yeah, I didn't edit. That was a joke. Here's an older man, so I didn't expect him to be very strong. But I couldn't break free of his grip. I found myself entirely at his mercy. Beneath the gaudy outfits lays a hungry beast. I was seeing the creature's true colors for the first time that day. The aging man ran his disgusting, slobbery tongue across my exposed skin. Everything he placed his hands upon withered away. Every piece of flesh he pressed his lips against putrefied, rotted, decayed, wrinkled. Wrinkled? Is that a word? I trembled in revulsion, at which the man laughed, seemingly interpreting it as something else. Wondered what kind of place hell was. Those wardens only flayed and carved their prisoners. Would have preferred that instead. I would have rather been sliced into tiny little chunks and cast into the hellfire. I would have chosen eternal torment over being touched by this man in another second. But I didn't get to choose my hell. Eventually, man forced open the gates I'd been holding fast. It spread its festering death inside me. Listen to me, Giselle. It is in both of our best interests to keep this between the two of us. If you can do that, I'll continue to be good by you and your family. Oh, don't look at me like that, please. Thrilled to have you here in this house, Giselle. She has long since lost her mind, after all. It's torture just being in the same room. My sons, they hardly ever come home. But you, Giselle, you give me color to my dull life. Make it exciting once again. Now go back to your room. I'll be waiting here at the same time next week. Oh, this is called her crime. I couldn't escape from that man's grasp. Now when he used my family against me. Some weeks, I would just not go to his chambers, my one feeble means of resistance. But when I did that, he'd send another Abigail to come find me the next day. Couldn't ignore his summons when he got other people involved. Then when the two of us were alone, the mask would come off. He would discipline me for not showing up before taking care of his usual business. On good days, he would leave bruises in inconspicuous places, my abdomen, my inner thighs. But went as far as carving a word in my skin with a knife. Harlot. That's why I was afraid of knives. That's why I was afraid of men shouting. I wasn't even sure what to regret anymore. I was in far too deep. There's no turning back the clock. I haven't considered taking my own life on more than one occasion. But every time the thought crossed my mind, happy memories came with it. Back when it was just the three of us girls in the shop. Life may not have been easy, but it was never dull either. I didn't want to end my life at its absolute lowest point. I wanted, if just temporarily, to go back to the way things were back then. That objective was the only thing that allowed me to keep going. When I was in his presence, I tried to convince myself I was merely an object. No emotions, so it couldn't hurt me. I was merely a vessel. A construct of flesh and bones. His hands couldn't reach my heart. I was not connected to my body. Doing that made it a little easier to bear. But the reality was, it was impossible to completely sever my heart from my body. You're Giselle, aren't you, Liddy? One day, the mistress of the estate stopped me in the halls. She had supposedly once been quite beautiful, but now she was only haggard and bony. Her skin dry, her eyes sunken, her hair faded and stripped of its luster, her head down, her cracked lips barely moving as she spoke. Age didn't appear to be the only thing working its merciless magic on her either. There seemed to be something eating away at it from the inside too, something that could burst with the lightest touch. Yes, I'm Giselle. Is there something I can do for you? The mistress rarely ever left her chambers. I've been told it had been years since she attended a family supper. So what would bring her to come looking for someone like me? And you. What? I wasn't sure what I wanted to know the answer. You're having relations with my husband, aren't you? You are, aren't you? Madam? Ha ha ha! You wretched creature. She's telling me the truth. One of my trusty maids got a glimpse of you through a crack in the door. She saw you with him, you filthy rat. You seduced my husband. Ah, you devil. You conniving witch. You don't get it, do you? You don't realize how grievous your sin is, do you? Someone, anyone, restrain this girl. She's a demon, a devil. Tie her up and hand her over to the clergy. It's clergy, right? No, that won't be enough. A witch. You have to burn her bones, scatter the ashes, or she'll just come back to life. Yes, execute her. Kill this woman. Burn the witch. Seize the piece she's stolen from me. Cursed. It's cursed. This house is cursed. Not only has it taken my daughter, now it's trying to take away my husband. You guys see this? Was I actually a genius? I'm actually a genius? So, I think I'm actually right about this one then. Well, it could be the opposite of what I said then. Well, I'm not familiar with birth defects, but like, I don't know if that's possible, or if it'd be recognized in, you know, the year 1099. Ah, God, please shine thy cleansing light upon this house. It would be a waste of breath trying to talk to her, but she said daughter. That's obvious. There's no way that's not Michelle. And the fact that Michelle's a gender neutral name, everything makes too much sense for Michelle not to be in some manner, like, I don't know how to say this, like, in some manner, like, not necessarily a girl, but you get what I mean when I'm trying to say that. And it would be a waste of breath trying to talk to her. She was not of sound mind. There's madness in her eyes. I didn't even have to make a fuss about it. It happened all on its own. There's no way around it, and I should have just done it myself, after the first time. I didn't have the energy to argue with her, or to cry, or to shout. Before long, a crowd began to form around me, the sobbing mistress, and in it stood him. Assumed he would just stand back and watch, but much to my surprise, he stepped in, with an embarrassed look on his face. Tried to settle his wife down and convince her not to have me executed. Maybe he did have a heart after all. Maybe he just wanted to save face. Regardless, instead of being burned at the stake, it was decided that I would be sent away to some remote forest. One of the previous Bollinger family heads had purchased a mansion there long ago, but it had been abandoned because of the stories people told about it. It said a cursed witch dwelled in the house. She had returned to life after being executed. Now skulked about in the darkness. It's the perfect place to banish a sinner. So, accused of adultery, I was in a carriage on my way out of the capital the next day. Found my mom and sister alright. Two of them will believe in me, even if no one else does. The wooden wheels turned, carrying me away from that cursed mansion. Just a silent coachman and a single solid passenger. Looking out through the window, I could see the city walls slowly fading into the distance behind us. I doubted I'd ever set foot in this land again. Ever cross the Grand Pont again. It was a saddening reality, but at the same time, felt a surge of relief. Finally escaped from that house. Finally escaped from that man. The sense of freedom slightly lessened the weight of everything else I was feeling. A good while after we left the capital, the coachman handed me a letter. On the sheet of parchment was a rather startling revelation. There's someone else already living in the house where I was to reside, the Bollinger's youngest child. The letter didn't say why he had been sent to the cursed mansion, only that he was there. Beyond that, the letter only made a single request. That I look after him and not ask any questions. Well, you kind of failed at one of those. So I'm not just being sent off to the middle of nowhere. Still have work to do. If I look after whoever's at the mansion, then they'll do the same for my family? I don't have much to say in the matter either way, I suppose. The carriage rattled and shook as it traversed the stony path, and bounced around inside it. I resolved to take back my life. The peace I had once known. The cheerfulness I had lost. And to do so I'd forget. Lock away my memories. Bury every terrible thing that had happened to me. Catch aside those memories and find my smile once more. I have no idea what I'm going to find there. They couldn't possibly do anything worse to me. I'll greet them with a smile. Do my best to build up a decent relationship with them. I figured, since the both of us have been banished to the same cursed mansion, there'd probably be other things we had in common. And so, I'd forget it all. I get my life back. Get my smile back. And that was everything that led up to me arriving at the mansion. All the wounds I never wanted to open again. I don't want to think about that. I'm trying so hard to forget about it. I wanted to forget all about it. So why? Why did you have to make me remember? All I did was believe. Believe that we could make things work. Why? How could you? God. Can't take it anymore! Oh, that's a crying. Well, I can't do that. Come on now. I'm not that good a voice actor. As you guys know, I'm the greatest voice actor. Not that good, unfortunately. Once the memories are broken free, they all flooded back with perfect clarity. Exactly how he ran his hands across me. Exactly where he hit me, where he cut me. Like I was going through it again, this very moment. Leg. The rain is cooling me down on the outside, but so much nauseating heat it built up in my gut. I vomited all over the ground. I threw up and threw up and I threw up until there's nothing left but bile. When I had nothing left to expel, the strength evacuated from my knees and I collapsed. I didn't know if everything was blurry because of the rain, because my eyes had decided they were done looking at anything. The whole world twisted before me. Michelle's no different. My attempts to get close to him, to always keep a smile on, it was all a waste. The look in his eyes was terrifying, like he didn't believe in anything at all. So he probably wouldn't have believed me, but I told him the truth. If he's convinced I have an ulterior motive, there's probably no changing his mind. Such a cold rain. I lie down here and go to sleep. Wonder if all the warmth will eventually drain from my body. Then I'll decompose and become part of the earth. You know, that might actually be nice. I'd like that. I always thought I didn't want to die. But I wanted to go back to the way things were. But who cares anymore? I did my best after all. It still got me nowhere. Cheerful Giselle. It was all just a farce. When I'm dead, all my worry for my mom and sister will fade away with me. Oh God. Now you have a place for me on high. I am, after all, an unclean woman. I've given up on living altogether. But even if I can't get into heaven, that's okay. I want release. The rain pitter-pattered down through the leaves overhead, chilling my skin. The cold spread through my flesh and into my bones, my heart and lungs and stomach, freezing me like a block of ice. My consciousness drifted away from me. The world slipped through my fingers. More than fear, I felt relief. Utter black. And that, I was sure, was the end of me. And Michelle's gonna show up and save her, right? See, his name's the end of me. Right, Michelle can save her? Oh. We'll be back with an MA next time, guys. Well, that description of rape was, I don't want to say really good, but, well, I guess that's the best way to say it, but you get what I mean when I say that. I don't really know what to say about it. Like, that's basically my thoughts on it. Like, if that was really, I don't know if accurate's the best word. Really, yeah, I'm not sure the right word for it. But that was something, alright. So, we'll be back next time? That door can't end there, right? Like, it can't be like she made a contract with the witch right there, right? Right? There's more to it. It's gotta be. There 100% has to be. So I'll be back next time, guys. When we're back with that. See ya. Bye.